So way back in May of 2023, I started recording and editing videos about personal finance to accommodate a blog I started nearly a year before that. The blog wasn't and still isn't getting much traffic, so even though I don't particularly enjoy being on camera, I thought YouTube would be a nice complement to the content that could generate more interest. And before I started, I did a lot of research on how you make money on YouTube and how long it typically takes to make it into the partner program. That's where you actually start to generate revenue if you don't know that. After looking into all the details and reviewing similar content on YouTube, I decided I could do at least as well or better than a lot of the finance channels that enjoy tens of thousands of views each week on YouTube. So I am posting this video exactly 1 year to the day after my first video, which was posted on September 4th, 2023. And it also happens to be my 100th video on the platform. And the big question I want to answer for people who are trying to learn is it worth it? Because a lot of the videos, I'll be honest, that are out there have a very positive point of view on YouTube. Because when it generates revenue, it's a great source of passive income. I'll go ahead and cut to the chase. I don't have any revenue to show, not a penny, from all the videos I've made, 100 of them. So I kind of want to give you the other side of the story, a point of view that maybe hasn't been as successful as a lot of others, and kind of explain what I go through to make a video, how much work it is, and some of the disappointment I've experienced along the way. So to pull back the curtain a little bit, I'm 43. In addition to being a husband and a father of 2 kids, I also have a full-time job in the utility industry. It's pretty demanding. It's not like I started this because I have tons of spare time. The truth is, finance has always been a topic I've had a lot of interest in, and after years and years consuming it, reading it in my spare time, things like that, I decided I wanted to write about it and teach other people about it, to be honest. So first, I want to talk about how I make my videos. I shoot nearly all of my videos at home. I'm in my home office right now recording this. All this work is done on this computer right over my right shoulder that sits in our office at home. Like I said, we live in Birmingham, Alabama. I use DaVinci Resolve to edit videos that I've almost exclusively recorded on an iPhone. I think the first 96 videos I made were shot on my iPhone, and the plan has always been to kind of stumble along on a shoestring budget until the channel started to generate a little bit of ad revenue, and then I'd buy software, cameras, lights, all those sorts of things. Another software I use is GIMP. It's a graphic design program. It's basically where I make all my thumbnails. Until recently, like I said before, I've been using my iPhone to record all the videos, and I've got a $30 shotgun microphone I bought on Amazon that actually plugs into the iPhone. I did break down and buy a teleprompter from Elgato a few months ago, and it's made a huge difference in recording and editing time. Because I'm able to read a screen while I'm recording, I'm actually doing that as we speak, or as I speak, I don't have nearly as many awkward pauses or make as many errors, which also means I have less material to work through when I do edit. I also purchased some plugins for DaVinci on Motion FX that have been remarkably helpful in the editing process. It would be hard to quantify the number of hours they've saved me, but it was worth every penny. When I first started editing, I would estimate that I spent a little over an hour editing for each minute of video that ended up on the channel, and the videos weren't really that great to begin with anyway. I was woefully inefficient and a little worried that I wouldn't be able to edit content quickly enough to keep the channel going at my goal pace. Today, I probably spend less than 30 minutes for each minute of video that ends up on YouTube, and I continue to get better. The more time I spend and learn about the process and editing, I'm able to get better and faster at it all the time. I've also inadvertently built up a library of video clips, tables, graphics, and all sorts of things, and I can just reference those things and dump them into videos over and over again, which saves a lot of time. So I would say if you're lacking confidence in video editing ability, please know that I was hopelessly ignorant of that process when I started out. If you can do it, I can do it. There are tons of resources out there to help you learn, even like really weird effects and graphics and things that are kind of challenging to look at and understand how to do them. There's a lot of help out there to help you learn how to do that. Now, like I said, I decided to build a bank of videos before launching the channel. I started in May of 2023 in recording, and I didn't post the first one until September 4th of 2023. And that way, I could just load a bunch of videos up front, kind of get some heavy momentum, I guess, beginning on the channel, hopefully to get me started and get me going quickly. And it actually kind of worked. Initially, the categories I focused on were Roth IRAs and financial independence. I made probably 10 videos on each of those topics. And from there, my plan was to slowly branch out into other personal finance topics and adjust to those that seemed to be successful. So on September 4th, when I launched the channel, I had 23 videos completed and ready to go, and several more that were recorded, and I was working on editing. On the channel's first day, I released 3 videos. I think I did like 8, 12, and 4 o'clock that day. The second day, I released 2 videos and 2 more on the third day. And then for the next 5 days, I issued 1 video each of those days. So that's about 10 videos in the first week. Honestly, the results were not terribly impressive. I didn't get a ton of views in that first week. For 10 videos, I don't know, I would say probably a couple hundred views maybe out of all 10 of those videos. After that first week, I released 3 videos a week until the end of 2023. So that would have been another 3.5 months, I guess, that I was dropping 3 videos a week, which was a lot. Frankly, it was a lot of work just to keep up with that pace. Beginning in January of 2024, I started posting 1 video every 5 days until I reached my 100th video, which is the one you're watching now, which will post on September 4th, 2024, 1 year to the day after my channel launch. I basically managed to front load videos. I released probably 30 in the first month, and then another 70 in the next 11 months, hitting video 100 at the end of the first year. And from now on, I plan to just do 1 video per week indefinitely. So what kind of results did that produce? Well, I already told you the first month of my channel, the first week, excuse me, I didn't really have a lot of traction on those 10 videos. Then my 22nd video is really where things got exciting. I had 1 video, it was, when does it not make sense to contribute to a Roth IRA, I think. It has over 22,000 views. That was remarkable. I was actually in Europe when it went crazy, which was interesting. But, I'd wake up each morning over there, because it was evening in the U.S. when most of the views were happening, just to see how it was going. It was so exciting. It was really exciting. And at that point, I thought to myself, well, this is going to be easy. It was just a huge relief. At the pace that I was on at that point, I would have qualified for the partner program in like just a few weeks. But it didn't last. Things more or less dried up after mid-October, and since then it's been really tough. I have around 725 subscribers as I'm recording this, and about 4,200 watch hours, which isn't bad. I would say that. If that's not terrible. If you'd have told me that going into it, I would have been like, that's okay. Because if you think about the pace, you expect it to grow and ramp up, not be front heavy and then die. But lately it's been really slow. So, just honestly, I'm a bit discouraged at the moment. I am happy with the number of hours we've gotten, but the subscribers is really the difficult point, because I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours within a calendar year to qualify for the partner program. And I'm in danger of the 4,200 hours expiring in October of this year before I reach 1,000 subs and missing out on revenue. And I'm not talking about trying to make oodles and oodles of money. I just want enough to cover the computer and the expenses I have around the website and the cameras, and it would just be nice to get some of that back. These days I feel good about a video when I manage to get 1,000 views on it, which is still really not great and not going to make much money to speak of, but at least I would feel like there's some positive momentum, and I don't really have that right now. So to summarize, I still haven't made a single penny from all the videos I've made for YouTube. And that leaves me asking myself the question a lot, do I regret starting a YouTube channel? And this is a really challenging question to answer for a couple of reasons. One, it's meant a lot to me that people have genuinely benefited from my content. I've gotten lots of messages through the website and channel that are probably the biggest boost to me when I get burnt out or tired. Kind words are such a motivation. They're so helpful. They mean a lot. And so if you've ever made or left a comment about a video being helpful, just know that means a ton to me. If it wasn't for those, I might have already quit, because I wouldn't have any other way of knowing that people actually value the content that I'm producing. The other reason it's kind of complicated to answer that question about whether or not I regret it is I don't know how far I am from this actually working out. And by working out, I mean just entering the partner program and actually producing some revenue to cover my costs. Many of the channels that post feedback on their progress toward the partner program were posting for a year or longer, that is, posting videos for a year or longer before they just have one video that hits the algorithm just right, and then boom, their channel takes off. there's this nagging feeling in the back of my mind that if I quit, I'm going to do it right before things would have improved or gotten better, or I'm going to reach a broader audience, and that's actually a bit of a fear to me. So I would hate to invest all this time and only be a few weeks or months away from producing even a little income to cover all the expenses and hours I've put into this. The other frustrating thing is I have no idea when the algorithm is going to like one of my videos and when they're going to totally bomb. Every time I think I have a bead on the topics that YouTube likes or what they expect from me or what my audience likes, a video or two in that same topic will just do terribly. And I'll be like, well, I guess that wasn't it. So I'll produce content for another topic, and it'll seem like it's completely different than anything I've ever done before, and it might succeed. So I might follow that vein for a little bit, and then the next 3 will bomb on it. And it's just like, I don't know what direction I should be going. It's just, there are so many theories out there about the algorithm, and I think, my personal opinion, it's safe to say that it really just depends on things like timing, the audience that actually gets exposed to your content, and their responsiveness to it. I hate to say it, but it really is a crapshoot. I know there's a lot of content creators out there that have been very successful that would basically just tell you, oh, no, it's about the quality of your content, focus on the quality and everything else will fall into place. Well, give me a break, okay? I have produced some very technical and interesting and different information about finance. I know that I have. I've looked out there to see what's out there. I just don't believe that. I believe really at the end of the day, you're just kind of subject to the whims of the algorithm. And there's just too many factors at play to know how to hit it just right and how to be successful. So for now, I'm backing off the pace. I'm going to produce 1 video per week. I'll continue to take this 1 week at a time, but if I can't produce any money or any kind of benefit from this to start covering expenses, then I'll quit. I just don't have the time to justify spending hours making videos and nothing to show for it. The time is just too precious to me and my family. So I'm hopeful this will all work out into something meaningful, but it's kind of a challenge right now for me to see what that looks like, just because I don't feel like even after a year, I have clarity about the direction my channel should go. I feel like I have a passion for teaching and for personal finance, and I want to continue to do that, but I'm still trying to find my way a bit on how to use that most effectively. So the next question I think about is whether or not I would advise someone to start a channel. And if I was counseling a friend about whether or not they should start their own YouTube channel, I'd tell them to make sure it's a topic that they're very passionate about. Not because you need passion to produce good content, but because you need it to keep you going when the algorithm leaves your hard work on the shelf week after week after week, and all you get out of it is a comment or two from someone telling you how grateful they are for the free information. If that's not enough to give you a little boost and keep you going, you're probably going to get tired of waiting for things to take off, if that day will ever come, and you'll probably get burnt out and quit. The next thing I would say is don't underestimate how much time it takes to make a video. It's not as easy or quick as you might think, and you don't want to put out just really poor content. I mean, you really do want to try to do your best. I'm not saying it's going to be great at first. It may be ugly. And there's certainly a learning curve. And I'm not even going to say that I'm that good at making videos, right? But I would say is to do it well, you're going to have to invest a lot of time. If you don't have an hour to invest for each minute that you post onto YouTube, then it's probably not the platform for you. On the other hand, if you can build up a big bank of videos like I did, last summer, and you kind of practice and hone your editing skills, then it would be much easier to release those after you've made it over the tough part of the learning curve and you got good at videos and you understand how long it's going to take to produce them, how to script them, how to lay them out. I guess taking the time to hit that learning curve that's really tough at first before you actually even launch the channel is a great way to start out, because it kind of allows you to take your lumps and kind of learn things before there's any real commitment. Now, if I were starting over, I would seriously make a throwaway channel to cut my teeth on, like one that just, I don't care what goes on there. I fully expect the channel to totally bomb, but just to get the kinks out of my process, to learn how to make videos, produce a channel, learn how to post them, do the timing thing, learn what you like talking about. Do that, get some content recorded, make some videos, post them, and then when it doesn't do well, shut it down, and then launch another channel with experience. Launch a channel with a better strategy, a clearer idea of what you want to do. I think that's probably a better way to approach it. So in all seriousness, I really do want to thank those of you who have subscribed to my channel. It really means a ton. All the comments that people have left, I cannot thank you enough for that. You know, I'm hopeful that giving this, I guess, less than stellar review of an experience on YouTube is helpful to somebody, because I don't feel like YouTube really promotes or suggests videos that basically say I had a terrible experience on YouTube. And I'm not saying I did. What I am saying is there's a lot of exaggerated, fluffy, happy videos out there about the YouTube video process, and mine is not one of those. I really struggle to see much of a future here. I'm going to keep going for now, but I won't be shocked if it doesn't work out. Frankly, I'm a little pessimistic about my future on YouTube, just being completely honest. So anyway, if there's any topic you want me to cover in a video, just let me know in the comments below. It can be challenging to make content that hasn't been covered by 1,000 other people already, but has relevance. So when people make suggestions, I generally make a video about it. I just recorded one today, actually, about HSAs that we'll be posting here in this next week or two. So, and by the way, if you've watched many of my videos but you've never subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you consider doing that as a way to show your appreciation. Like I said, when it really comes down to it, subscribers and watch time are the ways that we measure success, that YouTube measures success. It's the only way my channel is going to grow. So I would be grateful if you haven't already subscribed. As always, I am thankful for your interest in my videos and for your time watching them. God bless and take care.